What's up? Use this as an avenue to come back, and it's crazy. I mean, the song is dope. Now Cam is gonna be Cam. At least he's rapping like Cam. I don't want to see him doing none of this new age stuff all these young kids are doing. That's just, to me, that's a waste. I would rather see Cam be Cam. When Jay said that line on Moonlight, I caught it and was like, oh, I got killers, y'all got killer. I was like, all right, I get it. It's Jay being Jay. Nobody, believe me, nobody's as petty as that man. Just listen to Moonlight, and you'll get all your answers. And then Cam kind of, you know, he put out that little snippet so everybody can take it and run with it. You know, all the blogs and all the internet gossip. So they could take that one piece out. But the song sound hot. Now, I ain't gonna lie. That sound like vintage Cam. But like, he's like, I ain't trying to diss the family, man. You know, that's just another shot to Jay. To his ego. You know, Jay is real petty. Why you think he signed Jim Jones? He signed Jim Jones just to try to rub it in Cam's face. Like, I'm gonna make sure Jimmy got a check. Because that made Cam look bad. You see, that's how you get. But see, this is the thing that get me. He pick and choose who he want to be petty with. He's always picked and choose who he wants to be petty with. That has been the Jay-Z MO. He's always picked and choose who, where to be petty with. That's how Jay operates. No, the sun's in my eye. It's really bright. So I'm squinting. Not farting. And for those who are watching this later don't realize this is a live chat. But no, Jay-Z's really mad at Cam because of that Beyonce line. That was the main thing that really get him. When he put that Beyonce thing at the end of the song, because on the original album, he don't have that on there. But on the mixtape, he played a song when Beyonce and Cam got the song together. Beyonce, yo fiance, check my second LP. Gotta bring it back. That's your girl, that's your world. Had your thing fucking singing about slanging crack. Mr. Roc-A-Fella, I'll stop it, fella. Once he brought up the fact that he had Beyonce rapping about singing crack, selling crack and stuff, that was a bad look on Beyonce's image. You know, that people forgotten about all that stuff. But when you start bringing that back up, people will go search for that. So that's kind of hurtful to the brand. So he was really upset about that. Then he plays the song with Beyonce. Cam played the song, Would We Do It All Again? All the times we slung, would we do it all again? And Beyonce is singing on the hook. No, Stacks bundles, I don't really, I mean, there's a lot of his stuff is streets. It wasn't a lot of fun with Stacks. You know, so he ran with some tough dudes out there near, like, in Brooklyn, like Brownsville type dudes. He ran with some official men. You know, they had some real problems. Jimmy is never gonna touch Cam. It's too much, that's family. They didn't fist fought before. I don't know why people think Cam a punk. Cam ain't no punk. They didn't fist fought before. Jim Jones and Cam and Slug, you know, punched it out many a times. They like cousins. You know, they family. They just not finna deal with each other no more. Cam made some bad decisions. That's all. But he felt that was the only decision he could make at the time. When he was right at the cusp, you know, he felt like, look, my moms need me. I got to beat up for moms. And he dropped everything for his moms. But Cam is very smart as far as business, of knowing what to do and handle situations. But sometimes, you know, his ego and his smarts don't add up, and he started too many wars. You cannot go to war with 50 Cent and Jay-Z at the same time. That's like suicide. You gotta align with one to go against another. You're going against two mega powers, and one really out to destroy you. 50 wasn't out to destroy him at all. His whole thing was not to destroy. He wasn't out to destroy him at all. 50 was like, all right, we're going to use this as promotion. But Jay was out to destroy Cam. Because the thing is that they weren't successful. Jimmy became successful during that time. So they kind of sent Jimmy on the Jay-Z train with Ballin'. And Jay-Z did the Ballin' remix because they calling his 700,000 a flop. Which that album was, by far his worst album. He knows it. So they weren't wrong by saying his album sucked at the time. The Kingdom Come sucked. That Dig a Hole song had some good lines on it, but then it just missed. It wasn't the right record. But every time they come back, because Jay would mention his name in something. So Cam will always come by to shit. Jay's at a plateau where Cam can't even beef with him. So yeah, he said he don't want no beef with the family, man. But he mentions the bar on his new song that Jay used because he's bringing light to the fact I know Jay was talking about me. So he's just letting the world know. That's all. But it's good publicity for Cam's new project. But here's the thing, Cam will drop a project and you will never know about it. It won't even be promoted. The hottest thing that's been out so far was Camron Boys. Something Cam should have made a long time ago, and then they ain't even featuring Camron. They did a remix with Cam, and I didn't like his verse on there at all. He didn't fit Uncle Murder's energy level at all. Okay, I'm safe, dude, but thank you. I appreciate that. Cam is Cam and Jay is Jay. You ain't lying. That's about that's the most honest statement somebody's ever made on here. Well, there's too many Master P stories that can't be told. You know what I'm saying? People around, ain't there to really tell it. Most of Master P got a lot of credit because of what his cousin did. His cousin was a maniac, an earthquake up in the streets. I mean, he got gunned down by the cops in a shootout with the police. But before that, he was a hell raiser. He was the one that did what he did to Pimp C. Tied Pimp C up, and they said it was Master P. Master P name got brought up and stuff. His cousin did. Why should I be ashamed of myself? Pure genius. Why should I be ashamed? I need a mediator. I need a mediator between who? I need to mediate the beef between Cam and Jay. Jay already don't like me. He don't like none of my videos. You see how long it took me to get on live stream? Think Jay was happy that I'm on live? Oh, I ain't been to sleep yet. It's a little past my bedtime. Dude, in case you haven't noticed, I sleep in the day, I'm up at night. But I gotta be up right now because I gotta take my car to the dealership. It's time to get the... Jay don't like me because of my videos. He saw a video that I made that he didn't like, and his team has been after me ever since. I got everybody coming after me, man. I feel like Pac. It's just me against the world. I got nothing to lose. Cam is very underappreciated. Because Camron invented his own style. Nobody raps like Cam. That's what I told people. I'm like, Cam ain't rapping like nobody else. When Cam came up and honed that style, that's Cam's style. That's Cam. That's what they used to call me, K-Pac. On the West Coast, they used to call me K-Pac. When I was in Hawaii, they called me K-Pac. You see my old pictures? I had the bandana on like Pac. I'm throwing up West Side because I'm on the West Coast. That's what they did. I was Tupac over there. And you know, back then, boy, I was cut up like a bag of dope. You can't help but be in shape in Hawaii. Oh, okay. So people delete junk out, so I ain't got to worry about it. Okay, I got you. Mase and Cam do not rap alike. All right, James, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know. Mase Murder was something else. Lyrically, Mase Murder was it. And see, Cam messed with Mase, and Mase and Jay had a beef. And Cam didn't get involved. You know, he stayed out of it. You see, what Mase had, Mase didn't have the money. Mase had the fame. Mase sold 3 million records, and he was doing numbers that Jay-Z didn't do. Imaginary plays. He talking about Mase. Y'all rapping that niggas, y'all funny to me. You making records being you, but still you want to be me. It's like for every album you sell, it's like 100 for me. But you walking around thinking you got something on me when I done did it. But y'all want to take my flow and run with it. That's cool. I was the first one with it. Original. Jig is the future flow. Digital. Still looking it down when dick gets critical. Put it down. I don't want y'all to get it confused. I rip it down like I ain't got nothing to lose. Can I get it now? Those ain't wrong. What he said? Take a look at these young cats, all in these dumb raps, talking about how they fun stacks. See them in the streets? I don't see none of that. Damn, Playboy, where the fuck is the Hummer at? Where's all the ice with all the diamonds under that? Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the hell you done to that? Imaginary player. He was just coming at Mase. Because Mase was throwing shots at Jay on his whole song. I mean, on that whole album, he was throwing shots at Jay. Because the thing was, Mase is knocking down all the celebrity hoes. He had Brandy. He had all these chicks on the remixes. Mase was knocking them down. Mase was knocking these hoes down. And that ended up being his downfall. But Mase is knocking down a lot of hoes. And Jay was salty about that. And he was getting all the acclaim. And Jay was making more money than Mase at the time. Jay was making a lot more because Jay was getting writing credits. That's why on the first song on that album, on Volume 1, he's going at Mase. On a million. A million. What a position you hold. Can you really match a triple platinum artist buck for buck with only a single going gold? Who was the triple platinum artist? Mase was a triple platinum artist. He sold 3 million records right out the gate. Can you really match a triple platinum artist? Buck for buck with only a single going gold. Roc-A-Fella don't fold. Ain't left out in the cold. Is it back charging motherfuckers 11-4-0 for the millionth time asking me questions like Wendy Williams harassing me, but get upset when I get feelings. Can I get a minute to breathe? And then that minute you leave while I'm looking at my eyes. Ooh, going down my sleeve. Nice watch. Do you really got a spot? Like you said in Friend of Foe, and if so, what block? What you doing in LA with Filipinos and essays, with Latinos and Chevys like Federico and his people? I answer all your questions, but then you got to go. Now the question I ask you is how bad you want to know. Blah! You know my style. I heard somebody ask me the most retardedest question. Jay-Z was making more money than Mase at the time. He was. Mase wasn't making any money yet. Mase was selling records, but he hadn't really made any money. Jay-Z had a lot of writing credits. Jay-Z had a partnership through, he owned his own company. He was part owner of the record label. Mase was not a record owner at all. He hadn't even recouped any money yet. He had just sold 3 million records. That just don't mean you can get you a multi-millionaire. When he retired, that's when he got all the money. Puff gave him $20-some million. And that was a multi-signing deal so that he wouldn't retire. And he still retired. And he kept the money. That's the only guy who ever got over on Puff. Mase can never say Puff didn't give him no money. You gotta understand, Jay-Z came into rap 100 grand strong. I'm serious. He came in the game 100 G strong. He wasn't lying when he said he came in the game about 100 G strong. You know, they were some hustlers, for real. He had hustling money, for real. That brown paper bag under the mattress, money. It's just like oil and water, Harlem and Brooklyn. A Harlem cat and a Brooklyn cat. Harlem dudes have a whole different way they move. And it's natural. Like, they're known to be the bosses. Everybody from Harlem is known to be bosses. They're not to be played with either. See, that's what people make the mistake when dealing with a Harlem dude. Is they don't realize a Harlem cat is not to be played with. Don't ever think they soft. Because then you get to see the other side. They real cool with you. but they making all the money. Dame, Puff, you know, these are Harlem dudes. They move in a certain way. They, you know, that's their operation. That's how they move. They always been the smooth players. Brooklyn was the robbers, the stick-up guys. They were the grimy stick-up dudes. Brooklyn. Harlem was them fly players. You know, they was always smooth, fly players. But they were like bosses. They were flashy. They did what they did. They had the Jerry curl fades. That's Harlem. They want to make the club. They want the block to see them shine. They want everybody out there. That's just how they move. They operate that way. It's Harlem. When you talk about style, Harlem. All the style come from Harlem. No, fashion comes from Manhattan. That's their faction. Fashion. But I'm talking about style. You know, just flavor, style, clothes, dress. Manhattan don't do nothing like that. Nobody gonna let Manhattan do anything around here. So when they was talking about it's gonna be Brooklyn versus Harlem, everybody got nervous. Everybody and their mama got nervous. Everybody like it's on. Brooklyn versus Harlem. But no, it ain't. It's about Dame and Jay-Z versus Dame and the Dipset. It ain't a borough thing. Well, not at least yet. But I can feel something coming. I know I ain't the only one that's like, "Uck it." And that's how it was. Everybody, they was ready to go to war. And take the battle to Brooklyn versus Harlem. Every time there's a problem, it comes from Harlem with Brooklyn. Harlem and Brooklyn just don't mix. I keep telling people that over and over again. It's always going to be a collision. Remember the Rich Porter situation, the paid in full situation? Dame was the only one that could put that movie out, and people still in Harlem still kind of feel a little way about it. And then when Jay-Z put out the thing talking about Rich Porter and all that stuff on his rhymes, it's like, dude, you doing all Rich Porter stories on your raps. So when them Harlem World dudes, Mase people, were coming at Jay, that's when Jay did that on the remix of My Mind Right. That's why he keep talking about. This ain't about Rich and Poe. I'm about Rich and Poe. Understand, I'm here to get this dough. This ain't about Brooklyn or Harlem. It's about fame and stardom. It's about me being on blocks you bought from. Don't listen to rappers that mention other rappers' names in rap. So other motherfuckers can watch them. I'ma say this as simply as this. Y'all niggas get off my ink. I let you eat after I get off my bricks. See, the thing was, Jay at that time, a lot of people didn't understand that song. And you wouldn't. That's the thing. You would not understand that song. And the reason why you wouldn't understand that song is because it's directly to Harlem. That other guy, what was his name? The dude, when they had the Harlem World video and they was shooting each other out of cannons, like they was in the circus. You think dudes are shooting your fat ass out of cannons before? You know, it was a good look for Jack at that time. It was a really good look for him. He was ruling at the time. So you got to give it. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, you got to give it to Jay. He was ruling at the time. They were everywhere. Roc-A-Fella was everywhere. Memphis Bleak. Every summer, every winter, every album mixtape. They kept music coming. Yeah, Kuda was one of the main ones that got everybody fly. Kuda the one that had them looking fly. That's what you call him, Cutie Love. Cutie Love. Oh, Blinky Blink. Yeah, that's when Blinky Blink was ready to give it to the Roc-A-Fella. He was ready for the whole camp. They was scared. Memphis was scared. That's what John was in the video. You was scared. I heard Blinky Blink wanted to battle you. What was up with that? You was scared. You was scared. Oh gosh, you guys don't even know how rooted that is. Brooklyn dude and a Queens dude. That's more of a respect. Both of those guys respect each other so much that it's competitive. Like anytime Jay got an opportunity to jab at 50, he do it. Anytime 50 got a way of jabbing at Jay, he'll do it. But there's a bar. Like 50 won't go past a certain bar. And Jay won't go past a certain bar. They always keep it at a level. And when they see each other, it's like, like it's all laughs and jokes. But they going after each other. You know, so it's crazy. It's real crazy. Did it sell 10 million? I don't remember it selling no 10 million. It's been about 20 years later. It probably crept up to 10 million. I doubt it. Volume 2 selling 10 million has got to be a joke. It did 4 million when it first came out. That was his biggest album to date at the time. Then Volume 3 came out, sold like 3 million. But over time, I mean, it probably did, you know, hit that mark. But Kanye was killing the charts. When he came out, it was no question. No doubt about it. Well, he started off with 10 out of the gate. So when you start talking 10 million sold out of the gate, everybody else got to try to follow and keep up with you. Where in the heck am I? Graceland. All right, I'm lost. Now I'm in Des Plaines, downtown Des Plaines. How in the world did I get downtown Des Plaines? This is not where I need to be. Let me get out of here. We'll holler later.